Welcome to the Process to Purpose podcast. Again, we're here to help inspire and motivate people to find their purpose through the process of spirituality, health, and wealth, using godly principles and values to break through to the life that God has called us to live. Today, I'm super excited about the process segment. I have my very good friend, my amazing worship leader, Ace Barro, one of the most gifted and talented dudes that I know, is here with us today, sharing what he's gone through, the process that he's going through, and how he's developing his gifts that God has given him into talents. One of the most creative, most gifted dudes that I know, and he's super humble about it, but this guy can draw. This guy can create songs. He can sing. I tried singing, and he just was super happy about it, and it sounded terrible on my Instagram. But nonetheless, he's going to share how he developed his strengths and how he really became to be the person that he is now. And he's still, I feel like he's still at the beginning. So this is going to be a really good one. A lot of us feel like we don't have any talents, that we don't have any gifts, because we don't take the time to find out what our gifts are, those God-given gifts that we have. So this is going to be a great one. Don't miss out. Share this with somebody. And here's the episode. I actually met Ace at Hope Unlimited Church. He is the worship leader, the lead singer.
Are you gonna tell him the truth of how we met, or let's just do you, man?
No, I'm gonna share that story. I'm gonna share that story, man. And it's actually pretty funny because I actually went to the church maybe 10, 11 years ago with an ex-girlfriend at the time, and then for some reason she would always get like texts from this dude named Ace, and I was like, it has to be that guy with tattoos on the stage, man. And
I was praying for her.
Yeah, lo and behold, it was my buddy Ace right here, and that's when our relationship went downhill. And I thank you for that.
Yeah.
Because now I want to marry my beautiful wife that I have now. So. See, God has a
blessing, man.
Yeah, God has a plan for everything.
God, just be used by God. That's all I gotta say. Even if you look like a fool. But yeah.
Hey, bro, I remember you. It was crazy because when I first came back to the church, I thought your brother was you.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, I didn't want to talk to that guy. I was like, this is that church?
Right.
I ended up at this church, really?
Right.
So that was pretty cool.
Interesting.
So I know you're a super humble dude, man, and it took a while to actually get you on here. But I want you to introduce yourself.
Okay.
Well, wait, before we do that, we're actually going to be talking about gifts and talents today.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited because you're probably the most talented dude that I know, and we won't tell Don that, and we won't tell Luigi and all the other guys.
Way more, but
yeah, no, all you guys are super talented. But yeah, go ahead and it's just quick introduction. If you miss anything, I'm gonna go ahead and add it in.
My name's Ace. I should be looking at that. Okay. Ace Barro, a.k.a. Human Traits, a.k.a. Ace in Your Face.
Ace in Your Face. There you go. Hey, follow him on Instagram.
Right. So if you want to be a big deal on Instagram, you got to make 2 accounts. Anyways.
You only got one.
I'm 28 years old. This is my birthday month, though, so I'm be a little older in a few weeks. I'll be 29. I grew up at the church. I've been there for a long, long time. I started serving when I was 13. Above the church life and all this stuff, I'm a musician in LA. I do a lot of gigs everywhere else. Nice. So I know a lot of people who sings or plays music in LA. I, get in contact with them because I see them at gigs. But I do all that stuff, and then I own a company with my brother and also along with the church. It's called Creative 7. It's a branding company that does a lot of other stuff. Fill in the blank. I call myself a creative because there's just a lot of stuff that I am able to do and have the opportunity to do. So
you have an amazing gift, man, because I've seen a lot of the work you do, and I'm like, how, bro? How do you make the time to learn how to draw, learn how to take photos, learn how to edit videos, all this good stuff that you do? I'm like, bro, do you sleep? Do you ever get to sleep? And then not, I mean, just on top of that, you're always at church,
right?
Serving God and leading a life group, leading the youth. So there's a lot of stuff that you have your hands in.
Yeah. Right. It does seem overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah.
But with all the things that I just said, what I do, this and that, at heart, I am a worship leader. So I will always make time to be able to be used by God, and whatever that looks like. If it's through anything else but singing, I'm way okay with that.
Nice,
but yeah, man, I think if it's important to you, you'll spend time in it.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Sometimes right now, I think at our age, I think it's important. Like, sleeping is great, But if you're a person that could function correctly with less sleep, then don't sleep as much. My working hours, this is weird. My working hours are actually like from midnight to 4.
Yeah. I'm waking up at 4, bro.
Exactly. I would see your Instagram and I'm like, dude, I'm barely going to sleep. But that's usually my working hours. Right now, currently, it's Fortnite hours. But that wasn't my plug-in for my Fortnite homies.
There you go. Hey, you guys are big on Fortnite.
I can't believe I brought that up here.
Bro, I remember, like, I came to do an interview with Don.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, bro, I'll be right back. I'm doing something. So I was like, all right, I'm going to set up. So I'm setting up. I thought he was really serious, right? Like, I'm like, this dude's serious about something.
Right.
And he's like, oh, he's behind you. He's behind you. He's young. Homeboy's playing Fortnite up here with you, dude. I was like, bro, not even going to help me set up or anything, bro.
That's how you stay young. You stay relevant that way.
No, definitely. I still play 2K a lot, too, man, because that's kind of how, like, I don't know what the right word is, like deload.
You do play 2K.
Yeah, I do, bro. I do like the whole franchise.
Really good.
Yeah, so even now I still play like at least like 30 minutes. You know,
That's
I have
great.
to get some time in.
Right.
But let's get this going, man. And
Sorry.
you know what's crazy? Actually, you say you do all this stuff, but I really see how much work you guys put. Or not even all the work you put in, but all the work you guys put into the church.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just with the worship team. And I know it's a lot of work because I'm like, man, sometimes you guys are playing like, if we have events like three times a week,
Right.
plus practice.
Mm.
And not like, and guys, when I talk about gifts and talents, like this dude's so gifted and talented that he even, look, listen, he's so gifted and talented that he's actually learned how to sing for the Spanish service.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that's so insane. Like, how do you even do that? What was your first language?
It would be my dialect in the Philippines. It's called Bisaya.
So it wasn't even English.
No.
And then now you have to come and speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Sing in Spanish?
Yeah.
That's insane. Like, that just goes to show, like, how, like, if you put in work in anything you do,
True.
you can accomplish it.
Right. Absolutely.
You know, coming from the Philippines, like, how old were you when you came over here?
My brother and I moved here when we were 8 and he was 9. So pretty young, but everyone has a childhood memory. Mine's like running up mango trees and walking on walls and this and that, just like all this savage third country style thing. But it was, to me, that was amazing. Just being, it was so different from the culture here, which I believe is like a blessing in disguise to see different cultures. If you don't travel, and I'm plugging into a lot of things here, but I think that move from the Philippines to here, it just shows you like there's so many blessings out there and you just don't know it because you're so accustomed to what you see here at home.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think stretching ourselves there and coming here, I was like, dang, you guys have roads and paved road and cement.
Really? That much of a difference,
we
huh?
had dirt and rock and
really?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I mean, it was there.
Yeah.
So.
No, we're in America.
Yeah.
Dude, that's super awesome that you're doing it in Spanish. Bro. Every time I'm in just awe, man, because I tell Crystal, like, how are you doing it, bro? Like, so let's just get into it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. What gifts do you feel like God has given you? And it's okay to be, a little out there with it. What gifts do you feel like God has given you or trusted you with?
Okay. I think the obvious would be I have great parents. I met my biological father maybe once in my life, but I say that because they're very artist. They're like an artist. So my dad was like a sculptor, painter,
really,
for like the city that I lived in, pretty known. And then my mom was like the singing, actor, and actress, and dancer, and all that stuff. So my brother and I, the last two of the family, there's 5 of us. We're the last two. We've kind of really soaked in all that artistry, and we were able to develop something like that. So I don't know. I think genetics-wise, I think I was just so happy and blessed that it came from my family. Singing is a big part in the Filipino culture, but I think mostly my family is like a big deal. I remember growing up, like don't tell my brother. My brother's song was like Mamma Mia on karaoke.
Really?
And then mine was like On Bended Knee or something. Or
what is that, bro? I didn't know.
Boyz II Men.
Really?
Yeah. So we grew up on like NSYNC and all that stuff. So like music-wise, we kind of just jumped into it. And artists, like drawing and stuff, it baffles me how people can't draw when there's a picture in front of them, and you got to draw in front of it, and like it doesn't look alike. And I know it's like for people, it's a struggle.
I'm one of them. I can't even do like coloring, bro.
Yeah. So that to
like
me, to me, that's like, it's not necessarily, I think it's just like a God-given gift, you know? You just understand dimensions. You just understand how to draw lines or circles and this and that, put it together to make an image. So I think that's one of the obvious things. That's why I get to do photography, all these other things, logo design, whatnot. But behind that, like, I also consider being sensitive a very God-given gift to me. Yeah. Because I think being sensitive to your surroundings or people, you definitely get to engage people differently. So that helps me out in worship leading because I have to be sensitive to the Spirit. Yeah, I have to be sensitive to the congregation, what's going through, you know. And I love when I get just sense what the Holy Spirit is trying to do. For the most part, and I'm being transparent and honest here, I don't know what I need to do to be part of that, you know. You just got to be used, and you'll never know. So that's when I know it's not about you, it's about God, and it's about the Holy Spirit moving.
And so I see the passion, bro. When you're up there singing, man, like, and I could see sometimes, and I'm sure you're okay if I share this, like, sometimes, like, there's tears coming out, and I'm like, bro, like, that's so, like, beautiful, I guess you can say, right? Yeah, because, like, I see the passion, and I'm like, man, like, he's up there for a reason. Yeah. And then just, you know, share a little bit about singing. How did you come about to sing so well? I mean.
Ooh. You know what? So in the Philippines, there used to be seasons of, like, things to do. So there'd be a kite season, marble season, pog season, all that stuff, right? And singing season came about. And so I started singing. All my homies running around with, like, just sing. It was like the thing. Really? And I didn't know it was that at all even could carry a tune. I thought I was just like, oh, everyone does it. You know, in the Philippines, it's pretty competitive. Everyone sings. But when I got here, I think it was in 3rd or 4th grade, one of my friends, an American Filipino guy that grew up here, was like, oh, you could actually sing. And I brushed it off, and I feel like I still brush it off now because I'm like, I don't know. That's so many other great people out there. Yeah. But yeah, he forced me to. I went hanging out one time with like buddies of mine, and they forced me to sing. They said either you sing or you have to leave.
No way.
The hangout, and I was like, that's so rude. This is like 4th grade, bro. I had my scooter ready. I was like, really? Wait, what? You want me to push my scooter and go home right now, dude? Like, I'm trying to, like.
You're probably devastated.
I'm trying to. Yeah. So I was like, I gotta sing. So. Yeah, and I remembered singing the NSYNC song, so
nice, man.
It was the thing back then.
And then, and then they threw you on stage.
And then I started doing show choir, and then the worship leading part. My mom dropped me off. To make the story short, my mom dropped me off at a rehearsal for the youth worship team, and then acted like she left something in the car, and she drove off, and I was stuck there. So
no choice.
And actually, that was the second moment I knew something was. I could do something with my voice, because I remember just singing this song, and everyone kind of just turned their heads.
Like, wait, who's that?
That's when I kind of just, like, had a confidence, like, okay, I must have something with this. Let's do something about it. Nice. And so that was the night I became part of the worship team.
Really? How old were you then?
13.
13 years old.
And you never left.
Never left. You're like, all right, Pastor Robert, you're going to have to go fairly soon. And
I was from a different church.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so when we merged, Pastor Robert was actually our lead pastor, was the worship leader. And I learned a lot from him.
That's awesome.
Talk about passion, it would have to be from Pastor Robert.
Nice.
Knowing that there's, like, worship people that look pretty when they worship, and there's ugly worship leaders, which mean they do whatever it is, whatever it takes, because it doesn't matter how you look. It's about how you worship from the heart. And sometimes it doesn't really translate well in your face. So
is that Pastor Robert?
Oh, yeah. So I respect him for that, and I've learned. My brother and I are so grateful for, like, the leadership that he had in our lives. So
awesome, man. And I seen him this past Sunday when we had Marcos Witt with us. And a dude was fired up, man.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, like, at the end of that second service when he was, like, jumping around and stuff, I was like, Pastor, you're going to hurt your ankle or something. Like,
he does get excited. And sometimes it's like, mute the mic if you start singing, you know.
Yeah, no, he was really, like, fired up, man. And then it's funny because all the older ladies, they get all excited. Yeah. Pastor Robert goes up there and he starts singing. And like, I'm like, whoa, I didn't know you had that in you. I think he did, like, a Christmas special one day.
Oh, Holy Night is his song.
Yeah.
That's always his song. Every year he comes into a rehearsal and just tries to sing that song. It's like, okay, Pastor Robert, it's not your time anymore.
It's like, all right, come on, give me the mic.
Out of love.
Give me the mic.
Him. Yeah.
And then we add Bree to the mix, and that's crazy. So, like, our worship team, I would say is top of the line. And I always joke around with Ace when, like, other, like, people come over and they come sing. I'm like, you guys are still better.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then, I mean, there's just, because everybody together gave, you know, Nathan, Manny, J Flo, Andrew. I probably shouldn't start naming people. Don, yeah,
my team.
Luigi.
If the name's
Santi.
not there, yeah, my team's amazing. I love my team.
Yeah. You guys are so gifted, man. So, so you kind of already spoke about the whole process of how you started discovering these gifts, and especially, you know, with singing. Now let me go to the next question. So a lot of people, they feel like they have this gift, right? Or they might not even know they have a gift. So how did you develop your gift and become really talented at it? Because a lot of the times when you have a gift and you don't use it, the talent just kind of goes away.
Absolutely. Yes, there's a gifting and there's a talent that goes with it, and they kind of go alongside each other very well. Gifting and talent, and this and that. And then there's this other thing called being called to do it. Yeah. And that's where the game changer is at. And to go from your gifting and talent, which easy, I'm a singer, you know, but I'm called to be a worship leader. So there's a major difference in that. And what that comes about to and how you get there is just being really transparent with yourself. Really. And a lot of it is when you become more transparent about yourself, you seek God more, you know. And I think the more you seek God, he unravels more of who you are. So awesome. And that was like a process for me, and that's in like the late teens to, I mean, until now, I feel like I'm still in this venturing onward about being a worship leader, because there's so many worship leaders out there, you know, and they're so great, and they've written songs, this and that, and it's so easy for us as just human nature to like compare yourself and and a lot of the times I compare myself and I don't even lift myself up. I just push myself down. But what I do trust is that God is real and God is true. So whatever he has plans for a voice like this, a guitar skill this way, or whatever it is, I'm here to worship him. So whatever that looks like I said, as a worship leader, it doesn't mean it's just music. Yeah. But for me, singing really so happens to be the thing that I do. So singing is the ability that I get to do that. The opportunity is when I get to lead people into worship. And nice. The experience and the change really happens when God does the rest. So yeah,
because there's people out there who are really good at hugging people, right? There's really, you know, or speaking life into other people. Like, I know Pastor Robert's really good at that. I mean, he has like all these gifts. Yeah. But like that's one of them too. Like when we're one-on-one, a lot of people don't know this about Pastor Robert, but he just genuinely cares about people. Absolutely. You know, because you know, he's a pastor, so there's a lot going on. So on Sundays, you know, he can't give everybody that same attention. But when you're one-on-one with him, like he has that gift, you know. And then there's people who don't know they have that gift. There's people who you know, like I don't know if Matt Escoto knew he had the gift of speaking. You know what I mean? Until he started getting involved with the church, because you know, I mean, I'm gonna have him on one day too to share his story. So, but they don't realize they have it, and then once they start realizing they have it, they, like you said, they kind of start putting it away. Yeah, they start kind of putting it down, and
there was this message actually from Christine Kane. Dude, amazing message. Check it out. But she was talking about like photography, since I'm into photography. About how you shoot film, you shoot it. You have to be careful with the film itself because of exposure from light. So if you just expose it, it ruins it. But this film, to get developed so that you can see the final image, it goes through like 9 chemicals. Really? And even if you just open the door in this, you have to be in a dark room too. So there's no light. So if you open light, whatever, shed light into it, it ruins the image. And I feel like that's so true in like leadership. And, you know, you've been captured to become this like, let's say, oh, Ace, you're going to be a worship leader. You have the anointing on you. You've been anointed to be a worship leader. Hey. But there's this process of time, basically, where you get to be developed. That's where the film gets developed. And then when you're ready, you get to be appointed to do what you're called to do. So, and doesn't mean you're not doing what you need to do. Like, I have to still lead my worship and be developed and be changed and transformed to be appointed to be this, you know. And it's such a big deal. I can't be like, I'm appointed now. A lot of people try to skip the gap and just be like, I'm appointed. That's why there's no substance in what they're saying. There's no depth. There's no weight in what they're saying or what they're doing. It's simply because they're not developed yet. Whew. Yeah. So,
bro, that was fire. My eyes,
Christian Kane. So,
bro, that was really good though.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I mean, the way you put it all together, man, that made my eyes water a little bit, just like, just how intense it was.
It spoke to me a lot. So,
man, that's really good, because a lot, like you said, a lot of people do try to skip that process.
Yes.
That whole process as you're going, it's like, yeah, like how I said before, like I came into real estate and I wanted to be God's gift to real estate. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Even with this whole podcasting, like I wanted to come in and have all these listeners and viewers. It's just not going to happen that way. You got to put in the work. Yeah. And you guys put in the work. You guys are committed and you guys have the passion for it.
Yeah. I guess on like platform talking or stage or whatever, what she said to his statement is like, the spotlight on you is way smaller than the light that is in you, and that's what I want to be. Ooh. It's not about the spotlight and what people want to like show about you. You know, it's about like what's in your heart, because that speaks volumes, bro. Like that, I could be talking to you at a coffee shop and still impact your life because what's inside of me, not because of who I am. You know,
that's so good, man.
At the end of the day, it has to be God through you, speaking through you, and
all day, every day.
Yeah. So,
bro.
Yeah.
Bro, this is going to be a good one, man. Like, I'm going to tell everybody about this because this was so good, man. I mean, I was expecting something really good, but I was expecting something like, this, man. This is super awesome. So, I guess we kind of already answered that question right here. What would you say to those people who think they are gifted? But, no, we said that. We went over that one already.
Yeah.
No, okay. Yeah, what would you say to those people who think they are gifted or can... No, that's not the right question. What was... We got a little stuck.
I'm trying to think for that because I'm looking at your question here.
Here, maybe I put it on this one. Yeah, because I had... Okay. Well, okay, here we go. What would you say to those people who don't think they are gifted or can become talented? You kind of go over that?
Yeah. No, we could... I think everyone's gifted. You believe that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But I feel like everyone's afraid to go towards something that they might have an inkling that they're gifted in. What it comes down to, and everyone says this, is do what makes you happy. You know?
Yeah.
Is that music? Dang, on cue.
Dude, that was so good. I hope it really came out. I don't think it will, but that'll be so sick.
Yeah, but yeah, man, pursue what makes you happy, and put God in the mix at everything that you do.
Yeah.
And I feel like you grow in the things that you spend time on. So
that's
whatever
awesome.
That is, because like, and that could be bad. And I've shared this before about consistency. If you do good things consistently, great things come out. If you do bad things consistently, the worst things can happen to you. And
yeah,
like,
definitely.
And that goes with your gifts and your talents and stuff. And I think you really need to search and find what makes you happy. And that's it. I feel like that's the simplest thing to do.
Yeah.
Find what makes you happy. If it's to make people smile, that's a gift.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, don't put gift as this box of like, this is the word, this is what it means, because that's what people say it is.
Yeah.
For me, sensitivity, being sensitive, like people are like, you're just emotional. That's such a negative thing. But I'm like, no, I'm sensitive. I could feel you when you're sad.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how I am. And I literally genuinely cry when someone cries. And people could look at that as a bad thing, but it's like, no, I think it's a gift thing. Like, maybe the point of that is so that I could comfort them or do this and that, you know? And it's a stretch. A lot of it is a stretch in you. Do you know who you are?
Yeah.
If you don't know who you are, you can't ask for what your gifts are. You
definitely,
know what I mean?
Definitely. That's really good, man. Go ahead.
So there's just a lot about giftings and this and that.
Yeah, because I mean, kind of going back to the whole like being sensitive type of thing. I had that like at one point, like that was like my like everyone like would make fun of me because like if my friends were fighting, like I was start getting like really sad and like teary eyed and stuff. I'm like, bro, why are you guys fighting? Like like we're friends, like, you know, like. Yeah. And I would get that, but they would make fun of me, and then they were like, "What, you can go do cry?" So like a lot of times we allow people to discourage us, you know, when that's our gift. And they're like, "Hey, you got to be this person." So we start trying to be this other person that who we're really not. You know, who we're not that person. So, I found out. I think that God has called me just to love on people overall.
Yes.
I think that's one of my biggest gifts.
Yes.
Like I like talking a little smack here and there, but I just love like just bringing positivity to people, loving on them, asking them how.
Level-headed person. Yes.
Yeah, man. Because I feel like a lot of people are missing that. Like, I feel like I never got that from like that father figure, right? Like my dad. I never had that like, "Hey son, how are you doing?" type of thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that, like, that's what I want to be to other people.
Yeah. I think you're already doing an amazing job at that. I mean, just with me too, experience with me, like you're very encouraging, and I feel like a lot of people need that. You know, and there's days I don't tell you, but I can tell you now, like days I needed it. Yeah. And you just so happen to say something really positive to me, or days when I'm just like really down and out because I'm like, oh man, that really sucked, or something happened throughout the week, and you say something encouraging about worship, and I'm like, good. It reminds me that I'm not here to put my emotions in front of everything else. God has to be in front of it, and if you've been impacted by that, that blesses me. And the fact that I get to, observe you and watch you and be part of like a youth leadership that we are in. Yeah. Dude, you're like a big brother that everyone wants. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, that's a gift in itself. That's a disguise. That's a blessing. And for me to find someone that like, cause that's not my blessing. Yeah. That particular thing is not my thing, and you're there. So I'm able to just be like, cool, man. I have somebody that really knows how to love on people. Yeah. And even just like, I don't know if people already said to you, the way you love your wife, bro, speaks volumes to people. That's how you treat her. She's like a queen. Oh yeah, Crystal, good guy. Seriously, thanks for that, man. Treat her like a queen, and I have never actually seen or heard you guys with like animosity or bickering. Nothing. Yeah. And I'm not saying your relationship's perfect. I don't think it is, but I think you guys I think what speaks more is like the love you guys have with each other, and that love is just another like category of the kind of love that you have. You have this like huge love for people. So we want that to be infectious. You know what I mean, to other people. So it really is, though, man. So I'm really happy that you're at church with us. And 10 years ago, what happened 10 years ago didn't last. You know what I mean? Because it's like I would have never thought someone was like, "Hey, you and this guy." That girl that you're trying to say hi to, her ex-boyfriend now, you're going to meet up with him and be really good friends with him. Really good friends. Travel with him. And, like, blows my mind how God puts people together and makes it work, And I'm really excited for everything that we're doing together as a church. Cause, I mean, we have so many, like, amazing people, man. And they're all so gifted. Yeah. Dude, and I love going to, like, different churches. And this not to compare other churches, this and that, but like it gets to really, home is home. And our church really feels like home. Definitely. And that's what I love our people. I love that we have like our young adults are booming right now, which is amazing, and we're all friends. It's not like we like give each other cold shoulder. You know? Like they're not like cliques. Everyone's friends. I went to freaking my brother's wedding in Hawaii, and it was a big group of us. Yeah, heck yeah. And I'm like, this is the best thing ever. And it costs money to go there, so that means that just shows how much love. Like a lot of times, people don't want to spend money on stuff. Right. Like that. So it was significant enough for all of us to be like, I'm gonna commit to this. Yeah. So I was heartbroken when I couldn't go at first, but then we made it happen. Oh yes. Yeah, we made it happen. So you made it happen. God made it happen. That's so true. Yeah. Yeah, man. We kind of threw that test out, and we spoke about it before a couple of times. And how, hey, Buster. What's going on, man? We're doing a podcast right now, Buster. Don't get too excited. Okay. He's good, man. He's good. Yeah, he's fine. So we're going to go ahead and close up with a couple of questions, right? It's just kind of rapid fire. I kind of want to get your... Rapid fire. Not so rapid fire, but you know what's funny? Because the reason I got stuck earlier is I have 2 sets of notes, and one I was not supposed to send to him, and he still got these questions. So if you had one gift or talent that you don't have now, what would it be? Ooh, that's a hard one. It is a hard one. It's not rapid answering. Sorry. No, it's fine. I really want to think about it right now. One gift? Yeah. Does it have to be like a real gift, or? It could be anything you want, bro. Oh, shoot. Like a superpower? It can be, if you want it to be. Man. See, like for me, so I'm going to share mine real quick. Like, oh, please. Obviously. Maybe I'm going too crazy. No, you're good. And the crazy is good because I always see, but my gift I wish I had, which is so hilarious because of the post I put on the other day, is I wish I can sing, which I clearly cannot. Because I posted something on Instagram and I did not know that the sound was like I was singing. I was recording Ace on stage. So I was recording Ace on stage and I'm singing to myself. And I didn't know till about maybe like 5 hours later, bro. even when you like send me a message, bro, I still didn't know because I hadn't listened to it. Yeah. And then my wife threw it on, and I was like, right. Oh my gosh, did that just happen? It was good though. Yeah, it was so. And I wasn't gonna delete it. I was like, it's on there already. It's on there already, man. That's how you know you really worship. Yeah, bro. Bro, it was bad. It was great, man. Sincerely, I shared already to you what that meant a lot to me. So, but we don't have to get into that. That was really, really good.
Yeah, thanks for that, man. Because you actually like helped me out. I was kind of like, man, should I delete this? And I was like, nah, Ace like this, so I'm gonna keep it. So, what's that one gift or talent that you wish you had, bro?
I wish I was really, really good at saving. Like, it was a gifting that I knew how to save.
So you could acquire that.
Yeah, but I feel like you have to be like, I'm saying extra, not like the I've trained myself. I could train myself, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But I feel like saving is such a key thing.
Yeah.
I don't care about money, this and that. I care about saving, being smart of what you spend your money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I could, because then I just want to be able to bless more, and I feel like
Definitely.
money is a factor. That can be a factor in that, you know. And yeah,
And
I just want to do more. So.
And we have a deal too that we got going
yes,
on, right?
You do.
We have.
You don't have to share that right now.
No, we won't. But we won't share the amount.
Goal.
The amount.
Yes.
We'll keep that to ourselves. But we do have a little deal. If we meet a certain amount of money saved, then we got to go on a trip next year.
Yes.
Together.
But we said we're gonna spend 3,000 each.
Yeah.
And just splurge on that 3,000.
Yeah. That's not including like airplane and.
That's not including airplane.
No, like hotel. That's
I
just
was,
money.
but not anymore. I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
You're like, oh, well, okay. Well, yeah. In that case, let's just double our goal.
Right.
All right. So next question. I know you guys watch a lot of movies.
Dude.
So I was excited about this, but what is your favorite movie?
50 First Dates, bro.
Really?
Quick, huh?
Why? Why is 50 First Dates?
Dude, I'm a hopeless romantic guy. Dude, the girl has to fall in love with him like every single day. 'Cause she
Bro,
forgets.
that's crazy.
So you must be this amazing guy to be able to make this girl fall in love with you every single day.
That's kind of the whole point of the movie, but I never actually really seen it like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, the story's about the girl, right?
yeah, because it's funny.
But if you focus on the guy, like, dude, he put a lot of work.
Yeah.
He could have done the same thing over and over again because it worked.
So you could watch that movie over and over.
I could watch a movie over and over. It's Adam Sandler. I love Adam Sandler. Billy Madison. I throw all the Adam Sandler movies.
And this guy like makes a funny movie like 10 times funnier because the way he laughs. Like you're just cracking up, bro.
Yeah.
So it makes it a lot more funny. All right, awesome. So 50 First Dates. So if you guys didn't know that, now you know. Now.
There's so many other great movies, and I picked that one.
Yeah, no,
that's my favorite. I gotta be true with myself.
I like Forrest Gump, bro. So Forrest Gump's cool.
Forrest Gump's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's alright.
Yeah.
50 First Dates.
Yeah, it's not as funny. It's pretty funny though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right, next question. What's your weakness?
Oh, man, my weakness. I'm thinking because I want to really hit it, you know, but not like because I don't have any weakness. I have a lot of weaknesses.
Yeah.
I believe. Oh, I know what. I'm really. I get emotional quickly. It could be bad because if it's anger, it's anger. And my mouth runs. And I hold in this scripture in James where it says like slow to speak and quick to listen. Man, I stayed in that for like a year, like years back. So I was like, dude, learn how to control your tongue because your tongue has power, you know? Like whatever you say has power. And like I don't want to ever say something to someone and it breaks them. And I had that actually happen recently when I called a friend of mine a word that was like a trigger point.
Really?
Yeah, and she shut down. This person shut down, and I didn't even notice that they shut down. I said it as a joke. It's one of those words you shouldn't even like throw it out there. It's the word ugly. And you know, I'm in life group, this and that, and she decided to share this with me alone, not in front of people.
That's good.
And she shared this to me. Dude, I like broke in tears.
Yeah. Because
I could not believe that I did that to someone, and she was stuck in that she was triggered, she was depressed for 2 weeks because of what I said, and like that breaks my heart, like,
yeah, definitely,
completely, because I was like, dude, that's not cool. So I would say my weakness is not to be so quickly angered and quickly just say something. Sometimes you need to pause. You know, Pastor Rob shared this thing about like, you know, E plus O plus whatever. Anyways, if something happens, take a time to breathe and pause.
Yeah.
So instead of reacting, you get to respond, and that pause moment is where God comes in, you know. And sometimes it happens. It's like you don't have to go along with how people are arguing with you. If people just want to argue with you, you can still take a pause and be like, "Oh, chill out," you know.
Yeah, that's good.
And I think the person that I really argue with is my brother, and it's the closest thing to me. And I always excuse it like, "It's cool, he's my brother. This is how we argue." And I'm like, it's still no. Like,
Yeah.
learn how to develop a better communication relationship with anyone you speak to. So I think that's a weakness that needs to be like really worked on. Because
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is that you're aware.
Yeah.
You're aware of what it is, and all that can be worked on. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like for me, sarcasm. You know, sarcasm is probably the biggest thing because I could be really sarcastic.
Yeah.
And I can sound like an ass. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like and sometimes, like you say, you don't mean to hurt people's feelings, but then you're sarcastic, and then that like, or it could be to something they're like really, you know, that's important to them. Like this podcast, if someone's like sarcastic towards me against, you know, for this podcast, I'm gonna be like, bro, like, what did I do to you? You know what I mean? But and it's crazy because that word ugly, it's like you're just messing around. But
Yeah.
like you said, it just took it to a whole different level.
It was like such a joking, for me, the conversation was like such a joke. I was like, oh yeah, whatever. I don't know, she said something like, oh my God, you're so dark. And I was like, oh my God, you're so ugly. Like, as a joke, you know me, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I apologize wholeheartedly. Like, I didn't even know it. You know, it's one of those cries where you didn't even know you're crying.
Yeah.
Like, it just fell, and I was like, holy macaroni, I'm crying right now.
Yeah.
You know, and to me, that's like, I'm glad that's how it happened, because I genuinely was like so apologetic about it, because I was like, dude, I'm so sorry.
Bro, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it was awesome for her to come and tell you, really, because I
respect that. Highly respected that, and I'm like, I'm glad she did, because I was walking around like, oh, what?
Like, oh, okay, well, she
cool,
just
right?
like flipped her hair, but I don't know.
I'd never want to be that. Like, if I ever did that to somebody, I wish they would just come up to me, because I'd be like,
yeah,
that is not my intention. You know?
And we never know what people are going through.
Exactly. You can't base it off. You can't just say stuff like that not knowing what people are going through.
Like, oh, you're dirty. Like, what?
Right.
I can you imagine, like, their dad just told them their whole life that they were just dirty whole life.
Right.
Yeah, stuff like that. So, no, it's really good, man, because a lot of people, we need to hear that.
Yeah,
a lot of, even the audience, they're struggling, and that's probably one of their weaknesses, too, that they just talk. Like, sometimes, you know, if we have family members, and family, I think, is the worst one. We do that to family so much.
Because you're a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my mom will slap me. Love my mom, though.
Hey, she's so G, bro.
My mom is legit.
Hey, she looks like she's like 35, bro. She looks.
She just got home.
Really?
From the Philippines.
Really? I'm gonna have to say hi to her. I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah.
Every time she's
been gone. She hasn't even contacted us. She was just like, "I'm coming home, pick me up." I was like, dang, Mommy been gone for like 6 weeks. You even say what's up?
Yeah. Every time she serves with us, man, she just like, oh man, just a light, bro.
Because she's a driven person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I think my brother ain't got all this drive. You know, when you're saying like, how do you have time for this? It's like, bro, put your 6th gear and go freaking fast.
Yeah, bro, she's a boss.
Yeah, she's crazy. And at her age, I can't tell you what her age is, out of respect for my mother. But
she don't matter because she looks like she's 35.
She just she runs until she gets sleepy, and then she sleeps. But you know, as soon as she wakes up, she's still working. But she still loves us.
Yeah, that's like a Filipino thing, right? Like you look young.
It's an Asian thing.
Asian.
Yeah.
Got it.
Asians.
Yeah, in general, right?
Yeah. I think they look like 30s until they hit like maybe 62, and then all of a sudden they wake up, it's all gray hair and saggy skin.
Yeah.
I'm old now.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. Because my gray hairs are already coming out, bro. They're already moving. Like on the side, I told the barber, you know what? Let's cut it down a lot shorter this time because the grays are starting to pop out, man. Well, Ace, I just want to thank you. And just thank you for sharing everything you just shared today. I'm sure someone took something from it, because I know there's a lot of people out there who don't know where their gifts are at. They're scared to use their gifts. They're scared to develop those into talents.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if they have any questions about their gifts or what to do, they can come to you anytime, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, if my last remark would be, you only have so much time here. Might as well try doing it wholeheartedly, because if it fails, then move on. That's it. That's all.
Well, you learn from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll learn from it, and you'll be even better.
Yeah, but everything I picked up has not failed.
Yeah. Well, it's probably failed in the process.
Oh, maybe I just don't see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like you probably had those little failures.
Yeah.
Like,
I could say that.
Well, man, this is done. Let me rip this up.
Right.
You know.
I guess don't quit too soon too.
Yeah. Don't be a stopper.
Yeah, don't start something if you're gonna only give it 50%.
And he's actually challenged me with that, because he Ace gives me a lot of good advice, and we're always constantly talking, and I really take the feedback that he gives me and I implement it. I even did try to do a little graphic. It don't look that good, but I try to do a little graphics on my videos. I did an intro. That's something that you shared, Ryan, and actually Frankie shared with me. So all three of you guys have shared it, and then once Ryan shared it, I was like, all right, now I got to do an intro. So no, I always appreciate your feedback, and I'm just truly thankful for your our relationship, our friendship, and I'm just excited for all the amazing things that we're gonna be doing in the kingdom.
Samesies, bro.
Yeah,
man. Awesome,
man. So I always end with this. I don't know if you're gonna catch it, but I forgot to tell you how we're gonna end this.
Great.
It's if nobody loves you, let's see if you know.
Do you always do this?
I always do this.
Oh man, I never catch it.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say something else.
Okay, so we're gonna do it again.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dang, I was gonna get that on the first.
You were, because you know what, Justin, because it's kind of simple, right?
Yeah.
Justin,
I was gonna say God loves you.
Yeah, so with Justin Hebert, I actually did it, and he got it, and I was like, bro, I didn't even tell you. So I told myself when I was driving over here, tell Ace what to say at the end, because I want to do a little.
We're gonna edit this out. So this is gonna look so cool. When we finish.
All right. So guys, thank you guys again for being on. Again, this is the Process to Purpose. This is the Process segment, and I'm here with Ace Barro, and share this with somebody that may need it. And again, if nobody loves you,
Jesus loves you.
All right, man.